The nightmares for both Republicans and Democratic establishment figures continue, with more Democratic socialists winning their primaries. There's a few. The big one from yesterday that we want to talk about is Melat Kiros ousting a 15-term incumbent. This is DeGette. You've been established for quite some time. I mean, it's not like, it's not Mitch McConnell levels or whatever, but that's a long time to be in Congress. And it is coming to an end with Kiros winning the primary by between 3 and 4 points. Not a squeaker of a victory, but on an overwhelming victory. And when you consider that DSA, I think, has been known by people in the know and is increasingly known as just being very effective at organizing and getting out the vote, that 12,000 vote win, that feels like an organizing thing right there. That's not an inevitability. That requires hard work, organizing, volunteers, and boom, you take out the incumbent. Now, we're gonna go to a couple of videos. First, though, we do wanna get to Kiros's, a portion at least, of the victory speech.
We will not wait to take the fight with Donald Trump and the oligarchy. We will not wait. We will not wait to abolish ICE and pass Medicare for all. We will not wait to put an end to the politics of the past, to get big money out of our politics, and to reject corporate PACs and APAC. And no, we will not wait to end the genocide in Palestine.
I think that crowd's into it. Anyway, as somebody points out in the chat, those numbers actually, according to Donald Trump, is an overwhelming landslide victory. So maybe I'm underselling it a little bit. But this is pretty big, not only because it's yet another primary win for a DSA candidate, someone who identifies as a Democratic socialist or whatever, but also that it's not in New York. I mean, this is in Colorado, so now we're seeing it in more and more places. But also, so if you're like a Democratic socialist and you take down like one of the most reprehensible, candidates or like incumbents on the Democratic side, that is one thing, and it's an awesome thing. But when you take down DeGette, who is not as progressive as Melat Kiros, but is progressive-ish for the Democratic Party, again, not as good, not as aggressive, not gonna, like you probably never heard that name, right? DeGette. She's been 30 years. I've been doing this job for 12 years, longer than that. I've literally never heard of this congressperson before. So that is its own indictment of how much you're gonna get done in DC or whatever. But like, if you actually just check the boxes on policies, hypothetically, she's progressive. This feels more powerful to me because you're never gonna get, I don't know, some like totally bought by Israel politician to change their position. But this might move a bunch of kind of milquetoast, progressive-ish left of center Dems to be better, to be more aggressive. I think this could actually send a bigger warning shot to the establishment. And so we're gonna get into our discussion in just a sec. First though, I do wanna get a little bit of Zoran Mamdani talking about what he thinks it means that Democratic socialists are winning these races.
Throughout this process, I've been reminded of the words of the Austrian economist, Friedrich Hayek. If socialists understood economics, they wouldn't be socialists. If these past months have shown us anything, it is that socialists not only understand economics just as well as the capitalists who came before, but that we can solve their years of mismanagement through an embrace of our principles. There is nothing fiscally responsible about balancing the budget on the backs of working people.
100%. And I love being told you guys don't understand how things work when they've been in charge every single day of American history. And this is what we have. This is what we have, where you could never afford a home if things go down this path, that you keep losing purchasing power. Your kids are likely to make less money than you do. It's impossible to afford insurance. Like, tell me more about how great you are at economy. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to get negative. This is a positive story, Sharon. What do you think?
Be negative. Listen, I love it. I'm buying everything they're selling. When moderate type-ish Democrats are losing out to more progressive candidates, it means people want something bold and they want something different. Okay. And when you lose the people, which is really a version of what I think Mamdani is saying there, then what is really left? It's supposed to be for us, right? Our thing, not to quote the mafia, but I mean, that's what it starts to feel like. You've lost us. He's inspiring us. The movement's inspiring us. And I think it is spreading. The same Republican friend tried to tell me, oh, that's just New York, Sharon. But look what you just pointed out. This is spreading. They're onto something more.
Yeah. By the way, you know what I like about watching a clip of Zoran Mamdani? I like being reminded that there are people involved in politics that are smarter than me. I like that. He quoted that person. I don't know who that person is.
Me neither. I pretended.
But I like that he knows. Donald Trump has never quoted a person that I don't know but should. He's quoted people that I don't know. I shouldn't know them though. But Zoran Mamdani is well read, and I appreciate that. Elect people who are literate. That's my quest going forward.
You know what TYT has always been about? Taking on the corrupt, greedy establishment. For us, it's the corporate media. We've been fighting that fight for over 20 years. For the cell phone industry, it's the same story. A handful of massive corporations ripping you off. That's why we're partnering with Noble Mobile. They're the only wireless company with the same mission as ours, to fight back. Their Noble plan offers unlimited data for just $50 a month. But here's the best part. For any data that you don't use, you get cash back. Real money you can spend however you want. Stop letting your unused data pad the pockets of billionaires. With Noble, you take control over your data. And by switching to Noble, you're directly supporting TYT in our mission of bringing you honest, independent news. So give Noble a try and make the switch today. Scan the QR code on the screen now or visit go.tyt.com/plan. That's go.tyt.com/plan.